Hey everybody, this is my ear reflexology video, and there's a whole reflexology class that's coming up on June 6th at the Phoenix School of Massage. So I just wanted to let y'all know that that is on the way, coming up here really fast. If you sign up by June 1st, you get it for $175. It's going to include the face and the ears and the hands and the feet. And first day we're going to go over all the protocols and we're going to practice on ourselves. And then the second day I give you like an actual routine that you can work on with your clients, and you can put it in your menu, and it's an actual protocol that you can fit in with any other spa stuff that you have going on. It fits very well onto a spa menu. It's very relaxing, and it's an actual routine. I'm not just teaching you about reflexology. I'm teaching you a useful way to incorporate it into your business. And we're going to be following Bill Flacco's book. So the way that Bill Flacco does reflexology, which if you don't know, there's a lot of different philosophies on reflexology, and all of them are good. So understand that there's not really one right way, and all of them you're hitting all the points. So even though they might be slightly different in where things are located, it's still like the same points are getting hit. So Bill Flacco, especially the ear, there seems to be a lot of differences. His book has the ear with the head down here, and then the feet and the hips are up here. So the way that it is it's supposed to be like a baby in a womb. So the baby's head is here, and the baby is curled around, and its feet and its hips and its legs are like over here, and then its feet and its hips. So that's kind of the way it's oriented. So, and then like here's the spine. And then the spine also goes into the back of the ear. When you turn your head like that, when your ear on the back side is this part, is where the spine is from the back side. So when you're doing reflexology, there is a front side and a back side, and you can use a pin to get all of these sort of like hard to reach areas. Let me get that pin for you. So the pin, like this kind of, normally it's like this, but if you take the point out of it, just this part works very good to fit into these areas. So what you do, we have like different zones, right? And so what you do is you're going across in stripes, but when you're on this inner part where you can't grab the other side yet, so about here you can grab the other side, right? But before you get to that point, you can use the pen, and you get like more targeted, right? And then you get to like there, and then you can actually use your fingers and squeeze it on both sides to go across that stripe. So I think it's easier to kind of do like all the inner first, and you're always going across 3 times. And then that same stripe, I'll do this part 3 times. And then the next stripe. So you're going across, and there's like the earlobe is the head, and includes all that head stuff, right? The sinuses and the brain and all of that is more like up in this. This is what they call the ridge. So this is the ridge of the lobe, and this is where like the brain type stuff is. And you can really get that with the pin as well as pitching it like this as well. And So I just kind of wanted to like give you a heads up of why I was doing what I was doing in the following video, and I will be putting the charts that I'm using up at the, you will have seen it at the beginning before I'm talking. And then at the end, I'll put a picture of the book that we're gonna be using in class. But I think it's gonna be a really fun class, and it's gonna be relaxing and informative. And I don't plan on there being any stress. We're not gonna do any tests or anything. And the thing is that you don't really actually need to remember all these different points. Like, you don't actually have to remember, you know, where the thymus is or the thyroid. What you can do is, as long as you have a routine where you're hitting all the points, when you hit a sore spot, then you can look up and see what that is, right? So that's until you do memorize it, which eventually you probably will, but maybe you won't, and you'll have the chart to look at. So it's not absolutely necessary that you remember every single one of those points and what they stand for, as long as you do the routine and you hit all the points. And then when you find a sore spot, you can look it up and see, hey, what was that? What does that correspond to? And I also suggest, like, you can follow what I'm doing, but then after you kind of get it down, I suggest you take it slow, relax, and when you do hit a sore spot, stop on it and hold it and spend some time with it. And that goes for all the reflexology. The good thing about yourself is you can, like, you have immediate feedback. With other people, you do depend on their feedback. Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is, when you're dealing with other people, I always am going to do some sort of heat first before starting the reflexology. But on yourself, you can kind of like rub your hands together, get them nice and warm, and then you can just hold them over your ears. And if you do Reiki, it's a good time to kind of like activate your Reiki. And I'll do this 3 times. And hold it for about 30 seconds each time. One more time. All right, so we're going to start out on the spine first. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to just pinch this whole little thing is your spine. We're going to pinch this 3 times. And then we're going to go around the back, which also is the other side of the spine. And we're just going to take it around like this so we can get all these points as well. And it just feels good. Three or 4 times if you lose track. Then we're going to start with the lobe. So you're just going to pinch across the bottom of the lobe 3 times. Pay attention for any little sore spots. You can look up what that means. And then we're going up to the lobe ridge. And we're going to pinch that 3 times. And your finger can kind of go like on the inside and the outside of that area you're pinching. And then I like to take the pin, which is this trusty little pin here. Get it on the camera, where you don't have the point part out, and stick it in to where, let me make sure you can see. Stick it in to where it's the other side of that low bridge, and go across 3 times. Because there's some points right there. And then you can take your finger and you're lining up. So we're going across in stripes. So we just went there, so then you can do this on this part of that stripe. And then we're going to go to the next area, which is where your opening of your ear is, and you're not going into your ear. You're just right on the outside. It may look like I'm inside, but I'm just right on the outside, and I'm going in a straight line. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, probably more. It's 3 long. You're going 3 times, but it's more than 3 stops. And then you want to keep with that same line, and you can pinch it on the out. So you want to pinch as far as you can, where you can feel your finger on both sides in that same line. 1, 2, 3. You're going to go across 3 times in that stripe there. Same stripe. And then we're going to go up to the next area, which is in a little area right above where your ear opening is. And you're going to come across 1, 2, 3. You're going to come across on that stripe. It's like 5 stops. And then take your finger and you're coming across as much as you can pinch. And the goal is we're trying to hit every point. And it's not absolutely necessary for you to know what they're all called. Okay, and then we're going up to the next area, which is kind of like up in here. So 1, 2, 3. 3 times. And then take your pinch, and you're pinching in as far as you can, and then going across. And then we haven't gotten this area right up here, which is your, this is considered your wide ridge, and your narrow ridge is this like closer to the top of your ear here. And it's really hard to get in there with your finger, so you can use the pin right there on this kind of hidden cavern. And then you can take your finger and get all of this part and pinch it. And then we're going to get the inner ridge of the edge of your ear. So you can go across. So we're not at the very edge yet. We're going just on that inner cavern here. Which Bill Flucko calls the outer valley. And if you go over the same spot that you already did, that's fine. Like I just did my lobe again. That's fine. The world will not explode. Okay, and then we can do the outer ridge. There's lots of good spots around the outer ridge. If you're coming around this very, very top area, which is sore on me, is your allergies. So this top one here. So if that's sore on you, you can hold it a few minutes, and you're coming around this whole outer edge here. And all of this whole outer edge also helps with inflammation. I'm gonna do it one more time. And then you make nice, kind of do this sort of thing and rub it nice. Pull on it a little bit, kind of helps open up your jaw. And then you can do the other side. And you could technically, if you were just not doing quite as detailed, you could do both at the same time on a client, but you wouldn't use a pen if you're doing both at the same time. But you can, you know, mostly get a lot of those spots with your fingers, which is kind of the traditional way to go anyway. So that's the ear reflexology.